Please welcome co-founder of the Brittany Clardy Foundation, Lakeisha Lee, and Bloomberg Assistant Professor of American Health at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, Dr. Tiara C. Willie.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Right now, call back. My name is Tiara Willie. I'm a Bloomberg Assistant Professor of American Health. My work primarily focuses on the implications of gender-based violence in order to develop interventions that not only prevent violence, but also improve the mental sexual health of survivors. I'm here today with Lakeisha Lee, who is the founder of the Brittany Clardy Foundation. Just for a little bit of context, you may have seen recently in the news this raising crisis of missing and murdered Black women and girls. In the past year alone, we estimate that at least 40% of girls and women who have gone missing have been identified as Black. And what we've known is that this is actually a problem that's been going over for many, many years with very little discussion. And one of those women actually was Brittany Clardy, Lakeisha's sister. So I'm going to give the floor now to Lakeisha so she can talk to us about her foundation and share her story.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Lakeisha Lee, and on February 11th, 2013, my sister Brittany was found murdered in the backseat of her car. Her murderer was later arrested and found guilty of killing not just Brittany, but another young girl named Clarissa Cook, who was trafficked from Georgia all the way to Minnesota. Brittany was a very kind-hearted, loving person who wanted to be close to family all the time. My little sister was the kind of kid who clung to our mom's grocery cart at the store. She didn't even want to go find snacks when the rest of us would run away looking for snacks. She was a planner. She worked with youth every day at Northdale Recreation Center for years as a youth coordinator. So she was a natural nurturer. So the day that my family had not heard from my sister, we called the police right away. We were told, oh, well, she just turned 18. They do this all the time. She probably just ran away with her boyfriend. And we were like, no. We are the experts on our family. We know something's wrong. 2 weeks later, my sister's body was found. The police stuck to the public narrative that my sister was a prostitute, which we adamantly denied as a family. The news media reported it without any evidence. The truth is that my sister had been groomed by a boyfriend that was in his 20s to sexually exploit her. He came into her life when she was 17, during a difficult time in anybody's life at 17. She was struggling in school, hanging out with a different crowd. And later we learned that there was self-harm involved. That boyfriend became very possessive of her and violent. Our family tried really hard to get Brittany away from him, but she was lost. After my sister's passing, we founded the Brittany Clardy Foundation and partnered with 180 Degrees to name the largest shelter for girls who have experienced or are at risk for sexual exploitation in Minnesota, named Brittany's Place. This is not only the first in the state, but it serves girls from ages 12 to 24 without the need for a referral. I am honored to have worked alongside Representative Ruth Richardson at the Minnesota State Legislature to advocate for the first office for missing and murdered African American women in this country. With this success, we started with a task force. After the task force, we partnered with a research team. Dr. Brittany Lewis and her team at Research in Action, they helped lead and co-write a council process and publish the first national legislative report on missing and murdered African American women and girls in the country. I'm here today uplifting Representative Ilhan Omar and Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman, because in the past month, we have now introduced on a federal level the Brittany Clarity Act. Many young women in the United States have the same story as Brittany. They do not get the media attention, the families are not heard by law enforcement, and they're left to feel lost and hopeless. I, as Brittany's keeper, want to bring attention and awareness to those who are left voiceless. I want to amplify their needs and walk alongside survivors with hope for future generations and advocating for change. We must and we can do better. Black women and girls deserve resources for their safety. Historically, Black women and girls have been disadvantaged, but still have overcome tremendous barriers with little or nothing. Knowing this, it should be a priority for lawmakers to support Black women and their families. Because when Black women and girls are safe, all of us are safe.
So Lakeisha came here today to tell us about the translation of her work into federal and also into state policies. And so we can really learn today, as this is a model for other states to adopt this really important commitment to missing and murdered Black women and girls, working with local community-based organizations, with families who have been affected, and also with advocates in order to create an office throughout the US dedicated to these issues. So it's been a wonderful discussion. I'm so thankful for you being here, Lakeisha, and sharing your story.